Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Vibes with Intuitively D. Today I have a Sagittarius full moon video for you. It is happening June 11th at 12:43 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please adjust according to where you live in your time zone. Now, hello. Sagittarius energy is all about evolving, optimism, growth, expansion, wisdom, philosophy, travel, just vibes, right? Like good, mature vibes. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, if you didn't know, and this moon is really encouraging us to take bold steps towards growth. You know what you have to do first, though. You have to let stuff go, right? Full moons are always about letting things go, and this moon is no different. It is going to be spicy, spicy. I really am liking it for us because it's going to give us the energy, the boost to really let go of old mindsets so we can move forward and manifest the life that we really desire. This full moon is really going to reevaluate what you believe, where you're headed. Basically, the big picture of your life. If you haven't sat down, at least in 2025, to really big picture your life, please do so because, it's wild out here. It's going to really ask you, what are your real beliefs? What actions do you want to take to really move forward towards those beliefs and to embody those beliefs? It is really a time to release what's holding you back, including any lack of optimism and lack of faith. And of course, when I talk about lack of faith, I'm never really talking about religion. I'm just talking about like faith, the faith you have in yourself, the faith you have, whatever faith you're dabbling in these days. This lunation is pretty spicy because at the same time that Sagittarius, this full moon goes direct, which is going to be at 20 degrees and some change, Mars in Leo, another fellow fire sign, is going to make a trine to it. It's going to be at 26 degrees, so very spicy. And I know all my fixed signs are like, okay, thank God Mars is on its way out of one of our angular houses. Here's the thing. The Sagittarius full moon and the fiery Mars being in a connection, harmonious at that connection, is really going to have us set some hard, fast boundaries and stand on business with it. We're going to say it. We're going to do it. We don't have any time to BS with anybody. It's assertive energy. So whatever you've been feeling, you're going to be able to assert that energy. Maybe some outer tension might happen, but it's for the good. Like, believe me, you need this energy to help you, to propel you forward. It's just really getting you to, be who you are. And sometimes we need a little kick in the bum for that. Let's see. Not a passive moon. Usually I'm telling people to like chill all the way out, to just relax. And this one you are going to relax. But if there's conversations that need to be had, if there's things that need to be said, done, this is the moon to do it. And then let's see. It's really asking you to say, hello, can I get it together? Hello? It's really saying have the conversation, make the shift, write something down. So journal it, burn it. That would be a really good way to release energy this time around. And because this is a very healing, vibey moon, I'm also going to let you know that the Sag moon is going to make a healing. Let's cross our fingers. It's a healing. Positive aspect of trying to Chiron in Aries, the wounded healer. So it's really going to ask you to what's the vibes? What do we need to heal? What are we moving away from? What do we need to do to move forward so we're no longer in this kind of Nine of Swords pity party? So it's just going to ask us really to take some action towards our healing and not just sit and be a bystander for our healing. All right. I would love to know how this works out for you. Where is this happening in your natal chart? If you want to know and get a little journal prompt and how to maybe like invite in some rest, for this Sagittarius full moon, please stay tuned. The next following videos will be the 12 signs. You could definitely click the timestamp because, you know, sometimes you don't want to sit through everybody else's stuff. But if you like to, go ahead and do so. If you like to work with me, one-to-one tarot, one-to-one astrology, if you're in the Southern California, Los Angeles area and you like to book like private sound baths and things of that nature, go ahead and send me a message. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Perf. Hi Aries and Aries Rising. This is your Sag full moon video, but you already know this because you're on this video. Hello, this is happening in your ninth house of beliefs, travel, and expansion. Maybe there's something that you've been studying or your worldview or philosophy that you are like, you know what, this no longer resonates with me. I need to let this go and really be curious about what's on the other side. If this is about like booking a trip, where to move, traveling overseas, foreign and abroad, this might be the thing to do so. Remember, it's going to be connected to the wounded healer. So maybe this lack of like, I don't know if I can learn something else, or it's been tradition in my family to always believe this certain type of way. And it is a time where you're having like an aha moment, and now you're going to have to take some action. Maybe you tell people, I'm leaving the faith, I'm leaving the country, I'm studying something new. But it really is, the onus is on you for you to say, aha, I don't like this anymore. I don't believe this anymore. I've outgrown this, right? And once you internalize that, then you can outwardly let other people know, and also like actually embody that, like, this no longer serves me. I'm going to move this way now. And I really like this for you. I think you deserve like a little bit of freedom in the ninth house, a little more liberation in the ninth house. You've been going through a lot. Saturn's, you know, there's just a lot going on there. Anyway, here's a journal prompt for you. Where have I been limiting myself through outdated beliefs or fear of the unknown? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then rest prompt, because you know I'm a rest enthusiast and proponent of rest. Take a walk in nature, maybe journal outside, let the open air bring you some clarity. And if you're journaling about all the things that you're going to release, then I would say in a safe, healthy manner, maybe set that on fire and watch it burn. So then it's an active kind of releasing, which is good. Let's pull a card for you. I'm gonna like cover the bits. I had a little post-it before, but it's the Lovers. Yeah. You know, there's something about when you come to terms with what you want to do with belief systems. Maybe this is you joining something new, maybe another person. You travel, or at the course you find somebody that is really in alignment. Let me put a post-it over that thing. You're really in alignment with that, and it just works out so beautifully. It's equally yoked. It's an authentic to who you are right now in this present moment. And it really isn't, here we go. It really isn't, this could be like a Gemini coming in. This can be, you've really researched a lot of things and now you're going to actually make the move. The Lovers doesn't always have to talk about romantic relationships, although like 199% of the time it kind of does. What I would definitely say is if you've done lots of like work on yourself, your mindset, the Sagittarius full moon can help you get into union with something that is more aligned, whether that is an actual person, an air sign person, Gemini specifically, amazing. Maybe there's a ceremony held, because ninth house is also ceremonies, with you and that air sign person. But remember, we're going to see a new moon in Sag later this fall. So whatever you release now is opening you to bright beginnings in the fall, winter, in December. So I really hope this has been helpful for you. My brain was everywhere. I apologize. But I love the lovers. I think this is more about you letting things go. And then as you let things go, people, places, opportunities start to come in more alignment. And you feel way more whole, way more connected. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I will see you in the next moon cycle. All right, Taurus and Taurus Rising. Hi, how are you? By the time you watch this video, Venus has moved into your first house, and boy, oh boy, isn't that some sweet, sweet, sweetness? So here we go. This moon is landing in your eighth house, the house of deep, intimate connections, shared resources, transformation, shadow work. It's really time, if you've been like in a codependent relationship, family, work, one-to-one partnership, like a romantic partnership, maybe even friendships. If you've been in something that has been very codependent and stopping you from growing, from being your most best self, from evolving, this is the moon to really be like, okay, I'm releasing this. Either we're going to have some conversations and compromise and make things work, or we're just going to like end it so I can be a better me, okay? I love this for you. I think you deserve it. I think you deserve to be free and liberated and grow however you like to grow. And so if this is the inkling that you've been getting, then this is the time to move on that inkling. Here is a journal prompt for you. What fear or attachment am I ready to release so I can trust myself more deeply? Yeah, because once you trust yourself deeply, those codependent or toxic partnerships, relationships, connections will fall by the wayside because you'll be able to filter through them so much easier. And you'll evolve and you'll be wiser for it, right? Want big Sag energy on this. How can you rest? Because, you know, I am a rest enthusiast. Try some restorative pose. You're a Taurus. Child's pose, restorative blankets, pillows, Supta Baddha Konasana would be really good, but definitely supported child's pose to come back to yourself, to really anchor into the earth, anchor into the heart space would be really good for you. And let's pull a card for this. That just two of them flew on out. Eight of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Cups in reverse. You probably have been thinking about leaving the partnership, the thing, having conversations because it's not emotionally fulfilling, satisfying, gratifying, but you're a little hesitant to do so. If that is the thing, then maybe you figure out how you can leave. Because once you leave, we have the Nine of Pentacles. You can see the fruits of your labor. So maybe this person has just been really, what's the word I'm looking for? There is no reciprocity. They might be taking advantage of you. You might be doing all the work, carrying the heavy load, and you don't feel like you see the fruits of your labor. And you probably don't see the fruits of your labor, especially because the Nine of Pentacles speaks to earth energy, definitely Taurus energy. If they've been a burden, if you have been paying for them or emotionally doing all the things, you can't see the fruits of your labor. You can't. How can you? So my suggestion for you is, if this thing, this situation, this person, whatever is a burden, is holding you back from evolving and seeing the fruits of your labor, because they're definitely fruits of your labor, success, abundance, money, stability, all here. Maybe it's time to really be like, I need to shake free. And that might be quite, challenging, but Mars is going to help you. Chiron is going to help you. Venus square Pluto can help you. So do it because your best interest is here. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if it was. All right. Here we go. Whew, take a breath, girl. Gemini and Gemini Rising. Hi, how are you? This is happening in your Seventh house. I know you are sick and tired of this first seventh house energy with Jupiter. By this time, when you watch this video, there's a couple of more days and Jupiter will be out of your seventh house. And maybe that has been super fruitful for you. Maybe your long-term relationship has worked out, but like there's just been a lot of squares to the seventh house. So it might not have been the easiest transit. But Jupiter will be gone. It'll be going into Cancer. But you have this really sweet, sweet and feisty can coexist, right? Two things can be happening at the same time. You have this sweet, feisty moon in your seventh house of one-to-one relationships, of one-to-one relationships. Could be marriage partners, business partners, the relationship with you have with your astrologer, with your doctor, with your therapist, one-to-one relationships. This moon is asking you to have honest conversations about how you're going to evolve, how you see yourselves in the future, how you're going to grow together. If there are some things at play that are like, I don't know if we're even going to grow together, I don't know if we're going to evolve together, then this is the time to have those conversations and then let things go. Maybe there's things that need to be released and surrendered during this full moon with your one-to-one relationships so y'all can evolve to something bigger and better and more fruitful, right? It's just you realigning with your truth, you coming back to yourself. You've had so much work going on in the 12th house that it's like, okay, I've done so much work on myself. I don't even know if I'm aligned with these people I'm in relationships with anymore. And I might have to have some conversations, or I might have to disconnect from them. And the Sag full moon is like, here's the energy, babes. You can do it. Here is the energy. And we will also support you in it because this is a part of your healing process. Here is a journal prompt for you for the Sag full moon. Where am I shrinking or overextending in relationships, and what needs to shift? Here is a rest suggestion because, moon circles, restorative yoga teacher over here. Maybe because air energy, I would say take many deep breaths as you have a candle lit, somewhere a white candle, and really every time you exhale, release a little bit of whatever needs to be released. Here is a card for you. Knight of Cups in reverse. The offers that you've been receiving have not been fulfilling. The relationships that you have been in are not fulfilling. They are maybe superficial, maybe here sporadic, chaotic. This full moon is asking you to let go of this idea that relationships, friendships, emotional connections have to be chaotic. They have to be here, there, and everywhere. They don't. They shouldn't. Okay? If you feel like you're never going to find your knight in shining armor is not going to come in, seventh house things, this is more about like you taking a step back and figuring out what you want. So the Knight of Cups, you can see clearly when they come in. I hope that makes sense, honestly, because sometimes we don't know what we want. We just know we want a thing, right? We want a relationship. We want of something. But we don't know what we don't see clearly what we want in that relationship or in that partner. We just want the partner. We want the relationship. So then you take on all kind of like unfulfilling partnerships. But when you can take a step back, look at who you are. I have like a hummingbird that is like literally at my window. She's like, yes, girl, read them. So sweet. When you can say like, hey, this is who I am now. This is what I want in my partnerships. It looks like this. It feels like this. Then the Knight of Cups becomes very easy to see. And the reverse Knight of Cups also becomes very easy to see. Okay? I hope this has been very helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to work with me, you know where to go. See you next moon cycle. All right, Cancer and Cancer Rising. By the time you see this video, hopefully you see it on Saturday, June the 7th, but If you see it after June 7th, just know that Jupiter has moved into your first house, and that's good luck and good fortune and sweetness there. But let's talk about this full moon for you in Sag. This is in your sixth house, the sixth house of health routines, your daily rhythm, your daily routines, just that house of, it's also like your coworkers as well, and your health. So like mental health and physical health. I really like to think of the sixth house as like overall health, really mental, because mental of course affects physical and physical affects mental. But anywho, Sagittarius full moon is like, hey, where have we been here, there, and everywhere with our daily routines? Where have we been not loving on ourselves, taking care of ourselves, nourishing our faith, our wellness, our passion, our joy, our evolution? Where have we not been nourishing that and it's been depleting us? This is an opportunity for you to be like, okay, this is what has been going on. I need to really rearrange, change those things, because this is who I am right now. This routine, this daily schedule, this whatever health fitness thing that I had might have been good 3 years ago. It might have been good 5 years ago, but like the here and now, it's probably not doing me any justice. So let me reevaluate those things. Okay. I love this for you because I think you're going to be so self-aware by the time this full moon happens, that you're like, yeah, some things have got to go. It is holding me back from evolving, from becoming more wiser. Is that a word? Yeah. So if it's been draining you, let this Sagittarius full moon be like, babes, it's draining you. You need to do something. Hello, do it. Mars and Leo, Chiron and Aries, do it. Do something different, okay? Here's a journal prompt for you. What small daily choices can you change to better support your long-term growth? And I would suggest, as a rest practice, legs up the wall and maybe a steamy hot bath. So legs up the wall, if you've never done that before, you can Google it and see where it is. So definitely legs up the wall, listen to a vibey playlist, and then maybe get into a very steamy bath, and that might do you well. All right, let's pull a card for you. Let's see if one just flips out. These cards have been flying. Yes, they have. And they're in reverse, because it lets me know immediately something is off. I think you just feel like you, Justice in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Please talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody. If you need to seek out a therapist, astrologer, somebody, a healer, to really help you navigate the stresses that you might have been going through due to work. Maybe it was some legal action and the legal case didn't get settled in your favor, and you just have been over it, and you've just been kind of like out of sorts. The Hermit tells me that the Hermit in reverse actually really tells me maybe it is time to go inward. Maybe it is time to come back to self, to really take care of yourself, to nourish yourself. The Justice card is like, there's something that is just out of whack, out of balance for you. You could be out of balance. Other people can, like, this is the house of service. So maybe you've been overgiving, overdoing. And these two cards really tell me it is time to come back to yourself. It is time to take care of yourself in a way that is nurturing and healing. And Jupiter in the first house for you is going to be really lovely. This Sag full moon with all of the positive aspects to Mars and Chiron are like, you have every bit of push from the universe to come back to yourself in a more healthy, restorative way. Please let me know how this works out for you. I will see you next time. Hi, Leo and Leo Rising. Let's get into it. You know, I'm a Leo Rising. I say that in every video just because I want everybody to understand, like, I am not immune from any of the things that are going on astrologically, right? Like, just because you're an astrologer, you use tarot, you're a yoga teacher, whatever it might be, does not mean that you are now out of it, right? Like, you still get hit with the things. I'm also a Mercury in Sag and a Neptune in Sag. Sag. So I've already been feeling feisty. Like, please, but that could be because I'm also perimenopausal. So who knows? But anyway, I've also been feeling very spicy. And please don't say anything crazy to me, honestly. But I've also been like, oh, I can see my vision. I can see the future. And of course, I want it to happen right now, immediately, everything go right for me. I have to be a little bit patient. Anywho, so Leos, this is happening in your fifth house, the house of joy, creativity, self expression. And it is, hey, release those blocks that are keeping you away from pleasure. Or, and speaking to myself because I just got chills and I might tear up. So let's just try to go through this. It is not imposter syndrome. You can do it. You have the expertise. You have the wherewithal to do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay? So this Sag moon is going to come in and be like, where are you blocked when it comes to your joy and your pleasure? Where do you have fear of being seen? Let that shit go. That was probably because somewhere in your life someone told you something and you just are like, all right, I'm not. Or maybe people didn't validate you in the way that you wanted to be validated, so you can keep pushing and persevering in that thing that no one else is doing. Or maybe that thing that everybody else is doing, you're like, not, I don't want to do that because everybody's doing it and will people be able to find me? And that could be anything. Artist, dancer, painter, singer, whatever, writer, right? Oh, everybody else is writing this vampire novel, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to listen to me? Girl, somebody. Somebody's. Okay? So this is an opportune time, especially with the connection to Mars in your first house. So this is definitely something about you. With Chiron and Aries in your ninth house, something about you and your faith in yourself. Let it, like, hello. And so use this energy to really like boost yourself up, to really speak life into your life, and to let go of those blocks. Come on. I'm talking to you as I'm talking to myself, honestly. Here's your journal prompt for the Sag full moon. Where am I holding back joy and creativity? And what would it feel like to flow? Here's a rest prompt for you as well. Light some candles and free write, free dance, free sing without any pressure. Whatever your creative vibe is, throw them tarot cards. Whatever you do that is your creative thing, light some candles. Put on some music and do it. No pressure. No need to record a behind the scenes video. You can do it. The two cards that came out for me. Man, oh man. Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Cups. Come on. When you become a little more grounded, a little more, what is the word? When you stop waiting for people to offer you space, when you stop waiting for people to offer you money to do what you already love to do, when you stop waiting for the invitation to do what you need to do, you will have it all. You will be completely fulfilled. You will have the joy, the emotional fulfillment, the good times, the love, it's just such a feeling in the heart space. But I think Leos, we know this about Leos. They're always waiting for someone to invite them, to bring them in, to say that they're worthy of it, right? The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Always needing other people to validate what you already know about yourself. You already know that you are the it thing. You already know this. And like, you still will be like, I don't know. They didn't like it. They didn't call me back. They didn't book again. They didn't, whatever. Okay? We have to let this Sag full moon, this Chiron and Aries, this Mars and Leo help you get rid of that. So you can step into this really beautiful fulfillment energy, the 10, complete that cycle of bullshit and move forward into loveliness. Loveliness inside of yourself, loveliness with the people who do care and support you. That kind of loveliness. All right, Leos, I'll see you next time. Let me know how this works out. All right, Virgo and Virgo Rising. Hi, how are you? This full moon is happening in your fourth house. I know you tired of the mutable squares and all of that good stuff, but you know what? You're a soldier. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you can weather it through. So let's talk about this full moon in your fourth house on June 11th, the house of home, family, emotional roots, and family. This full moon is coming into that fourth house and be like, do you like living here? Do you feel stagnant here? Can you evolve here? Can you grow here? In the family, in the home space, with the people you live with? An old story needs to die or it needs to be rewritten with that. I don't know what that means for you, but maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to tell family that's not who you are right now. This is how you're moving in the world. And that can be challenging and that can be difficult. But you need this for yourself so you can grow, so you can evolve, so you can be your wisest, best, most expansive self, okay? If this is you moving, like you think about like, oh, I want to move to another space, another place, overseas, in another country, in another state, wherever, foreign, then this might be the time for you to release blocks around that idea and then start really researching. So maybe by December, you somewhere else, okay? Here is a journal prompt for you. What emotional pattern or family narrative am I ready to heal and release? And I know Virgos probably have a lot around that, so that's probably a thing. I feel like when you write that journal entry, and I'm telling other people that also have like that kind of write down journal kind of prompts and stuff like that, when you do that, then set it on fire in a safe way. Let it go. Watch the ashes burn, watch the smoke, and imagine that those things are now the universe's problem. But like, I'm not lying. All right, here's a rest. My coffee pot. Here's a rest prompt for you. Create a soft space to lay down, so a cozy little place, and maybe do supported bridge. So if you don't know what supported bridge is, go ahead and Google that. Maybe place a bolster under your hips, throw a blanket over you, and let that chest open, but also feeling very supported as well. So being open to newness while being supported is really super sweet for you. Let's pull a card for you, Virgo and Virgo Risings. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's time to have a conversation so you could be a little more stable, a little more secure. Okay? If the home space is not stable, if it's not secure, if you can't make money there and where you're at, the location, it's time to let go of the beliefs that I have to stay here because my family says I must stay here. Okay? You have to let that go. This is a time for you to kind of sit with yourself, figure out how you can become a little more stable, where you want to live that might be a little more stable, a little more secure, and then put those plans into action. A place where you can evolve, where there are resources for you, because right now I feel like you don't have any resources. There is no stability. There is no like good money coming in, okay? And that is not grand at all, since you're an earth sign and this is an earth energy. This would be like Capricorn energy. So I think because you're mutable earth, even though y'all don't like change, this might be a time for you to really sit and be like, I think it's time for a change. Like this home space, this location, these people, they ain't it. All right. Let me know. And this, I mean, in reverse, it is aligned with full moon, letting go, moving on. Yeah, let me know how this works out for you. All right. See you next time. All right. Here we go. There's just so many things going on. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I don't ever get text messages and calls, and I'm getting them all. Hi, Libra and Libra Rising. This is, you know what video it is because you're here. So this is the full moon in Sag is happening in your third house, and it's going to make a nice little sextile. If you have any Libra placements, like a Libra, sun, moon, whatever else planet you have, around 20 degrees. Ooh, this Sag moon and my Libra moon are going to have a really good conversation. I like this for me, honestly. So for you, though, I also like it for you because this is going to be a highly communicative moon. Okay? And you know, Libras, you know, let's just make sure everybody's heard and seen and be fair. This Sag full moon in your third house is like, I don't give a damn if if it doesn't seem like I'm fair. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you something. This Libra full moon is, this Sag full moon is happening in your third house about your communication, your teaching, your learning, your mindset, short distance trips. I feel like this full moon, and I feel like you feel in this energy already, that you're like, I'm not teaching that. I'm not going to learn that. Or I am teaching this. I don't care what you say. I am writing this book. I am publishing. I feel like there's something going on in the background where you might have felt like, I don't know if people will really want to hear what I have to say or sign up for my lecture or my book tour or my speaking engagement. I don't know. It might make some people mad, that kind of thing. I feel like this full moon in Sag is going to come in and be like, hey, you have the knowledge, you have the expertise, you are an expert, you are wise, you are a natural born teacher. Get over it. And be a little more assertive and get after it and start teaching other places. Maybe they don't, I don't know why I was going to say that. Maybe where you think you need to be teaching at, they not about that life, but you look 3 states over, 3 cities over, 3 counties over, 3 countries over, and they about what you got to say. You need to start thinking big. Okay? Here's a journal prompt for you. What story have I been repeating that no longer aligns with the life that I'm creating, especially when it's in your communication skills? I think sometimes people don't like the way that Libras communicate because they don't pick a side. And while we understand that everybody needs to be heard, you got to pick a side. And this Sag moon is like, you have to pick the side that you are aligning to and communicate that with other people, so you can move forward in your life, okay? You have to communicate clearly on what you like, what you know, what you're an expert in, and you gotta communicate how that helps other people, how that can benefit other people. You have to communicate it. The rest prompt I have for you is vibey music and some breath work. It could be a square count. It could be like 4 kind of. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, release for 4. Hold at the bottom for 4. It could be alternative nostril breathing. You could Google that. That's actually one of my favorite ones. Just to come back into yourself, just to get some clarity, to be in less mental, more sacral, be back here. And the card that popped out that I didn't even look at when it popped out, I just have it. I wish I can, let me see if I can show you. Ooh, don't look at my underarms. Oh. Right there, popped out, is the Queen of Cups. You have to take control over your emotional stability and comfortability. The Queen of Cups, maybe you need to, speak with an older woman that can help you navigate this time in your life, because she has wisdom, she has great discernment, and she can help you navigate how to communicate more clearly, more so you can emotionally connect to others. I think that's what I'm getting that more. I think this is time to seek out some support, because I think you've been just kind of like not that you're saying I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, but like you don't know, you might just be realizing like I can do it, but I do need some support. So and the support that you need as a Libra is not a Capricorn woman support. Okay? This is probably like a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces that's very highly evolved, somebody that's very in tune. You know, the Queen of Cups says exactly what she says, but she says it in a way that people can hear her, that can understand her. She says it from a place of the heart, and it is nourishing. So if you've been thinking about seeking out somebody to help you navigate this time, I would definitely say, yeah, it's time for you to definitely seek out some emotional support to help you navigate on how to communicate better your needs, your wants, your desires in your community. This could be like somebody in your community that you already know, because the third house deals with like your neighborhood and your community. This could be like an older woman in your family as well, because because the third house is like women in the family. So if you've been seeking, you need to seek out some support, then there you go. See you next time. Let me know how this helps you, and if this helps you, if this resonates with you in the comments. All right, Scorpio and Scorpio Risings. Hi, how are you? Come on, cards. Let me move my microphone before I hit it and y'all get jump scared. So Scorpios, you know I love you. This full moon is happening in your second house of self-worth, your values, your money, material possessions. It's a Taurus house. So this full moon is going to help you let go of the scarcity mindset. This lack mindset, lack of education, lack of wisdom, lack mindset in those areas of your life. It's also going to have you reevaluate what abundance and prosperity and I would even say like faith, and I know most astrologers would be like, no, that's not the second house. But sometimes the faith in yourself is also how you value yourself, and it also is your self-worth as well. So I would also say this full moon is going to have you like really thinking about where have you kind of stepped away from validating yourself, from valuing yourself and what you know and how you know to make money and how you want to make money out in this world. I like it for you. I think this is a time for you to really show up as who you want to be, as who you've grown up to be, and really big picture how you want to keep moving forward in how you make money, in your values, in your self-worth. And the full moon in Sag, which definitely deals with those things, is going to help you. Mars in Leo, Chiron in Aries. There's been so much inner work going on that like we need to start seeing the manifestations of that work, that I am the best of the best. I am worthy of more money. My values are aligned with how I'm making money as well, right? So here is a journal prompt for you. Where am I ready to claim more value? Yeah, for my time, my energy, and my gifts. Where can I be a showstopper? Where can I put my energy in that is going to reciprocate that as well? And it's really time for you to stop putting energy, time, and your gifts into things that like don't give you a return. If that's people, places, and things, then that's just what it is. But we're here to align ourselves with people who value us, who value our gifts, who value our energy. And if you're surrounding yourself with people that don't, then it's time to reevaluate that. So here is a rest prompt for you. Take an Epsom salt bath. You're a water sign. Visualize abundance. Visualize a golden circle around you as you kind of like play in the water. And, maybe you have like affirmations playing in the background and you really internalize that. Maybe you see all the affirmations in your bath and you're bathing in it and it just seeps into who you are. I really love that for you. I think that would be really lovely. Let's pull a card for you. I need some water. You better move away from people who are stealing your joy, stealing your thunder, stealing your energy. There is somebody, Seven of Swords. There is something, somebody, some situation that is taking away from your energy, from your self-worth, from your value, from how you're making your money. Look, Scorpios are one of the realest, right? They're detectives. Sorry. They're the researchers. I know you know who this is. I know you know what it is. Maybe you've been lying to yourself. That happens. Whatever it is, whatever is not on the up and is taking away from your energy, from your abundance, from your self-worth, bye. Goodbye. You got to let it go. Okay? Okay. I will see you next month or in a couple of weeks for whatever next moon it is. All right. Hi. How are you, Sages? Here we go, Sag. Big time for you. If you're a Sag rising, this moon is happening in your first house. Ugh. Your identity, your self-image, your personal power, your goals, your ambitions, just basically who you are, who you're embodying. Something about who you are in this world is evolving. You are letting things go. People, places, things, situations, characteristics, attitudes, all of that. You're letting those things go so you can evolve to who you really want to be. You've big pictured yourself, or you are big picturing your life, yourself, who you are, how you want to move in this world. And you're starting to let go of past patterns with people, places, and things. It might be challenging, but your planetary ruler spins like a psycho in the sky. So you're going to spin and be like, all right, it's time for this to go. It might be a little sad. I'm a little heartbroken about it, but I got to move on because I got better things, places to see. Okay. I love this for you. Take some time out. I love the rest practice I have for you is an eye mask and fish pose. And really, if you don't know what fish pose is, a supported fish pose, please Google it. But like put a bolster, long wear pillow under your spine, having the palms open, closing the eyes, maybe a blanket over the abdomen to just really be like, you know what? I'm open to new opportunities. I'm letting this shit go. Okay? Here's a journal prompt for you. What version of me is ready to emerge? What do I need to release so I can make space for him, her, they? Okay? And then let's pull a card for you. I love this for you. I think, this is a beautiful moon for you to grow and to realize you are growing and you want to grow, and it's okay to do so. You're safe to do so. So let's just, yeah, there we go. You know, get with some other people as well. Three of Pentacles is people working together, collaboration. So maybe you have been working on how to move forward, how to grow, how to emerge, and it hasn't been on your own. Maybe you've been working with a therapist or a group or whatever it might be, so you can start emerging how you want to be seen in this world, how you want to show up, not necessarily for everybody else, but for you. If this is the case, you're working with people, continue. If you have not been working with people, this is your sign to gather with people, friends, I don't know, colleagues, therapists, doctors, to support you in who you're becoming, if that makes sense. Okay? I love this. Please let me know how this works out for you in the comment section. All right, Capricorn and Capricorn risings. I'm getting tired because I'm going straight through with no breaks. There's no music. I'm not dancing in between. And so you're getting a lot of this energy, and hopefully it's still coming out fresh. Hi, Capricorn and Capricorn risings. As a fellow Capricorn sun and Venus, see, this is what you get when I don't have breaks in between. So sorry. This is in your 12th house. A full moon in the 12th house is not bad at all, right? That house is already the dream house, the subconscious house, the house of rest and healing. So this Sag moon, though, is probably like, hey, you want to travel. Hey, you might want to move somewhere else. Hey, you want to really get serious. Sorry. You really want to get serious about your faith based practice, spiritual release, spiritual healing. You really want to start doing that stuff, but maybe traditions, there's some blocks there from surrender and control, blocks from tradition, mindset blocks that are not letting you to like freely be liberated. Okay, Sag wants to be liberated. It wants to be free. It wants to liberate you, me, and them. Okay, so allow this moon, whatever dreams you have, whatever intuitive downloads you're getting, this could be, you could be a little restless as well because of the connections it's making to Mars and Chiron. You could be a little overwhelmed with the things that are coming up. That's actually really understandable. But can you have compassion with yourself as you are releasing and moving forward in ways that you have not done before? Okay? Let this full moon help you come into a new version of you, a more healed version of you, a more evolved version, wiser, passionate you. Here's a journal prompt. What fear, what hidden fear or pattern am I ready to dissolve with compassion? Everything with compassion. Everything with grace. Everything with compassion and grace. I know there's some things. Here's your rest prompt. Find a guided meditation that is really letting you, that's really saying it's safe to evolve. It's safe to listen to that inner voice. It's safe to do something new. Or you could just do some lo-fi beats and kind of like chill out. There is it for Capricorns, I'm going to let you know this should be less structured, less routine, and more intuitive. So whatever it looks like for you, you do that. Let's pull a card for you. So many hummingbirds. They're just like, I love it. Let's see. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Oh, brokenhearted, unsupported, lack mindset. Things aren't going to work out. No one ever supports me. Will I ever heal from these things that I don't talk about? Yeah, you eventually will. You have to maybe seek out some support. This is a good time to seek out a therapist, seek out an energy healer, seek out someone that is about that life for you, and really navigate that. Really try to be like, this is how I can move forward. This is how I can feel supported and comforted and move past this lack mindset. You have to release some control, though. And I know that might be quite difficult for Capricorns. But once you release this control of like, I need to know how it's going to work out for me. I need to know how I'm going to like benefit from this. Then you could be a little bit more softer in knowing that this is going to take time and it's going to be bumpy and you might have some more moments that are just like that. That's why you need to do this with compassion to yourself, with grace for yourself. Okay? This doesn't last forever. Doesn't last forever. Release it. All right, see you next time. Hi, Aquarius, Aquarius Rising. I don't know why I'm always looking in the wrong spot because I'm adjusting myself to a different way to look for several reasons. Anyway, hi, how are you? This Sag full moon is happening in your 11th house. The 11th house is, sorry, I'm adjusting again just because there's just like a lot going on. All right. The 11th house is your community, your vision, your hopes, wishes, and dreams. This moon is really asking you to release friendships, social networks, communities that are just not the vibe, that are not helping you evolve, not helping you grow, not helping support your dreams, because you're ready to evolve. You're ready to do something new, bigger, and better. Of course you are, because Pluto is in your first house. So this is really about like not holding on to people, places, and things and communities that are not supportive. Aquarians, like all fixed signs, don't like change. So leaving something that you have been with, groups, places, whatever, is very difficult. It's very challenging. Even though you're one of the signs that can be like disassociate pretty easily, it's still quite challenging. So if you've been like, this is not the group I like, this is not the community, this is not whatever, then this is the moon to release those things so you can then open the space up to having a more suited, aligned community that supports your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So here is your journal prompt. Where are you? When and where are you ready to create more authentic, soul nourishing connections? You might have to go outside of your comfort zone. Hello. It might be in a completely different place with completely different people that you never thought it would be like, and that's okay. Here is a rest prompt for you. Lay in Shavasana, flat back, spread those legs. That sounded actually quite terrible. Widen your legs as wide as your mat. Maybe you widen your arms like a star and just feel yourself being surrounded by new places, new opportunities, new hopes, wishes, and dreams, and feel fully supported by those people, places, and situations. I'm not even going to edit what I said. I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm sure y'all will appreciate it. Let's pull a card. So wild. King of Swords. You not saying what you say. The community that maybe the community that you have been in is not about their word. They're not about the business. You thought they stood for certain things. You thought that y'all were connected, aligned, equally yoked. And this is air energy, right? King of Swords is big air energies. Be like Libra. It would be Aquarius, kind of. Maybe they're not standing on business and saying what they meant to say and you're like, no, I stand on business. I mean what I say and y'all don't. I don't like it. I need to be somewhere else. I'm going to have to leave. Okay. If that is the case, if that is the scenario, do it. If this is you being delusional about like, I can make this work, they will eventually like me. They will eventually support me. I'll just keep giving. I'll just keep giving my ideas. I'll keep supporting. I'll keep, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, stop it. Hello, stop it. Lay in Shavasana. Visualize people supporting you and then act accordingly. Okay. I'll see you next time. All right, Pisces and Pisces Rising. I know, just like I said to all the mutables, I know y'all are tired. Okay, so the Sag Full Moon, 10th house for you, career, your visibility, like your public image, how you're seen out in the world, your legacy, so like your purpose. Where are you trying to go? And if you're trying to go there, what do you need to release? Huh? If you're trying to be known as this, if you want to get into this, whatever career field, if you want this to be your purpose, what do you need to release to get there? What are you still holding on to that might have you not reaching that? Right? And it could be baby steps. Like, I hate this idea of like immediately once you acknowledge what needs to be let go and release it, then you know what? Everything just comes in and like, boom, you're there. That's not true. Or maybe it may be true, but like, that's not real life. So part of this Sag Full Moon is you acknowledging that there are some mindset things you need to work with to be who you really want to be out in this world, and then starting working towards that new thing. The journal prompt that I have for you is what does success look like to you, feel like now in this present moment, not what it did 5 years ago, not what it did 10 years ago, not 20 years ago. And I'm saying this as a person who is in a relationship with a person who's a Pisces rising, that is going through this moment in time of like, well, maybe I could do this. You don't even like it anymore. Why do you think you could do that? Because it's so much easier to just not think about doing something new because fear of unknown is scary. Like the unknown is scary. But this moon is like, you can let it go, baby step it. So you can just, maybe you have to do that old thing for a little bit as you start to step into that new thing. And then eventually that old thing is now that old thing. But not let's just hold on to that tight and not try anything new, especially when your soul is craving something new. The card that I got for you, 10 of Pentacles, 10th house, career, legacy, stability, security. Please, y'all. Please, Pisces, please. I'm begging you. Listen to your intuition. I know you are not made for this world. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your soul. If there is something that is calling it, but your mindset and like tradition and what you did and who you've been are like blocking you from doing the new thing, please work on that. Please allow this Sagittarius new moon to help support you and move away from that, because you deserve a more fulfilling, abundant, fun life, passionate life. You deserve that. All right? All right. See you next time. All right, everyone, here we go. The Sagittarius full moon is just an invitation for you to expand, to trust your path, to grow, to let go of those things, those blocks that have us staying in systems and places and with people that are keeping us very, very small. It's a time for us to really envision what freedom and alignment and growth look like. And if you want more support around how this is showing up in your chart, or future transits are showing up in your chart, definitely you could book a one-to-one session with me. The link is in my bio somewhere. And if this if this video resonated with you, please like it, please share it, please drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I'm usually responding to people. And just tell me what you're releasing under this moon. And if you want to know, like immediately when my videos pop up, just click the notification bell, wherever the hell that is. But until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep growing. See you soon.